relentless onslaught by Nigeria's armed forces, targeting criminal camps and cells in different zones across the country. Walking on the corridors of the abnormal in order to get to the normal again. The calm after the storm is louder in its impact, especially in troubled communities.
Before the launch of Udogachi, it was so bad. But with that launch, everybody here in Anambra, we sleep now with our two eyes closed. Nothing again. Generally, before now, it was bad. People were losing. Shops are closed. In fact, an economist, that is the governor, said we are losing billions of naira every day. The sit at home took place. But I think we have come back.
Fear seems to have given way to cheers. The laughter of children, an attestation to a changing ambience of the once deserted and horror-filled streets. This is not just the story of peace. This is the rebirth of Biriningwari, Kaduna State. A once thriving agrarian hub, Biriningwari and Kuriga became ghost towns. Schools were shut and markets deserted. 137 students and a teacher were kidnapped from Government Secondary School Kuriga. More than 11 years ago, escalating banditry and mass abductions drove thousands into hiding. In 2022 alone, over 1,000 school children were abducted across northern Nigeria. Biriningwari and its environs were among the worst hit. Today, Sani Idris, a teacher at the Government Secondary School Kuriga, stands in front of his reopened school, watching students filing with a mixture of wonder and joy. The blackboard, scrubbed clean of the dust, now bears lessons for a new chapter.
We, the teachers, the parent and the student, are very happy with our resumption. Look at it now. Everything is normal and we are running the school the way it should be.
We are grateful to Almighty Allah because if we can recall how we found ourselves before, definitely we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the current atmosphere. Our activities, I can say 80% have been restored in the local government area.
Everything has changed. And we opened the market, the main market in Biriningwari. With that opening, all the other markets are open. And I can assure you that immediately after that, commercial activities increased because people can move now. And then the capacity and the volume of the trade increased. If you go to the grains market, do you see trailers, upon trailers leaving Biriningwari for different parts of the world? So that is what you can see because everybody is actively involved in a commercial activity and we are very happy about it.
We started with the similar operation, jointness, and based on that, I visited Biriningwari, rejig our military, and talked to the leaders around Biriningwari and environs, and we create serious offensive around that time. Then locally, after some times, the bandits themselves decided to drop the weapons and embrace peace. And the governor of Kaduna State did very well in accepting the peace offered by the bandits, and that has helped to really solidify what we have started. And today, you can move from Biriningwari to Kaduna even in the night without no escort and no fear. And farmers have started resuming back to their farms, and markets are booming. I'm sure you have seen that, and many commentators have really praised the president on having Birnin Gwari freed and their environments. And even the road from Birnin Gwari to Funtua that has been closed for so many years and that has been notorious for insecurity is now more troubled and is now free and secured.
We have a very clear synergy with the state government. He also have taken up with members of his own cabinet to ensure that everybody is working. So as it is, both from the state, local government and the federal government are working together in tandem, and that has made it a lot possible. And again, we've been able to reach out to the populace that we need their support. They see something that is wrong, let them report. And working together, both the kinetic and the non-kinetic, which is very, very clear, very good. The kinetic being the military action, non-kinetic has to do with good governance, carrying everybody along, showing dividend of democracy, and that has helped greatly. And that's why you see Birnin Gwari has expanded. You saw how the markets are thriving, movement of goods and services on a daily basis, either day or night, everybody is moving, and that's the importance.
Kaduna State is probably one of the most abused state in terms of insecurity in the last couple of years, but today is one of the freest because of the relationship that we were able to work and establish between the federal government and the state. We want to thank Kaduna State Governor particularly for his cooperation and indeed even lead in the initiatives that is getting us result.
Across Nigeria, stories like Sani's are commonplace. Tales of a quiet recovery from years of terror.
Before it was so dangerous to follow Kaduna Expressway in Abuja, but for now we are peacefully for the road now.
In the past, the challenge is that of insecurity on Abuja-Kaduna road for the fear of being kidnapped.
The experience I had last 3 years past, it was not easy in the sense that if you see the level of kidnapping, robbery, stealing, killing, presently now Makurdi to Abuja, Makurdi to Otukpoma is very, very calm.
It used to be very, very tough, especially for those of us who always travel from Maiduguri to Abuja to Kaduna to Jos all the time. There was a time that the roads were closed and you find it difficult to travel even as close from here to Damaturu here. So sometimes we used to explore the alternative of a flight, and you know how it is in Nigeria. The flight tickets used to be very, very expensive, but we are grateful to God now that everything is coming down. At least for now, you can travel from here to anywhere you want to go now with your 2 eyes closed anytime.
Communities ravaged by Boko Haram, bandits and separatist violence are slowly breathing again, albeit cautiously.
3, 4, 5 years ago, you could come in a village, you find out that they have burnt down the police station, they have killed human beings, they've killed the policemen. But these things are now history. We don't get them any longer in our state, especially in Owerri. For me, I want to say that for the Owerri Federal Constituency, which is Owerri West, Owerri Municipal, and Owerri North, our security situation is a bit calm. There are schemic of some of these little things happening in some villages, but we can't use that to broadly say that the place is not comfortable. It is comfortable.
There is improvement in security now, and although it's calm, I so much like it.
In Oka, where I am now, you can see security is normal. At least the government has achieved to a great extent a normal situation. People go about their businesses.
I would say it has improved so much, tremendously. You can see that people are moving around, there are normal businesses around, cars moving, shops and businesses open in Oka.
Those in the know say this fragile but growing peace did not happen by accident. When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office in May 2023, he rejigged the nation's security architecture, appointing a new national security advisor, service chiefs, and other heads of security and intelligence agencies, many of them with boots-on-the-ground experience and reputations for reform.
from the lots of generals we have in the country, the president picked the service chiefs who, I must say, are well suited for their jobs. They have seen the various theaters, they have seen various war situations and handled them creditably well.
I think the most important thing to say when service chiefs are appointed about 3 or 4 things. Do they have field experience as commanders? Have they been in theaters? Have they functioned long enough in the service to draw genuine respect from fellow professional soldiers? If you look at these CDS, the answer is yes. It was GOC first did. When you say somebody is a theater commander, that means he was in the field of battle, contesting insurgents, and knows the challenges, not the theoretical. So when you have a person like that as CDS, any issues coming up, he has experienced some of it firsthand. If, for instance, people are saying, oh, well, you know, the bandits are doing this in this community, the question they don't ask themselves is, do these communities actually give information to the military? In many cases, the answer is no.
More than 3.5 trillion naira was allocated to defense in the 2024 budget, marking one of the highest security investments in Nigeria's history. This includes funding jet fighters, modern surveillance drones, armored personnel carriers, and digital communication infrastructure to enhance surveillance and rapid response to threat alerts.
We've had a lot of MRAPs that have been bought, over 200 have been brought, more are still coming in. The Air Force just commissioned 2 helicopters. 6 helicopters have been bought from Turkey. So many other ones, and so many others have been paid for. You know, even when you pay, you have to wait until they are produced. So those ones are coming. For the Navy, a lot of ships are also being acquired. I think there will be some commissioning very soon during the Naval Day. Also building local capacity. We're using the DICON and some local companies. We're also producing our own armored personnel carriers, including MRAPs, within Nigeria.
We've increased our surveillance capability by using our maritime domain awareness capability, which is technology-based systems that enables us to have 24-hour visibility of what is happening outward at sea. Although these systems have some limitations, particularly the fact that you cannot effectively cover the backwaters, and when I say the backwaters, I mean the creeks and the riverine areas that are covered by trees and the other things. We are making effort to use other forms of surveillance, and that's why we have rejigged that maritime domain awareness capability to incorporate the use of drones, the use of our air assets, our helicopters, to conduct surveillance, and above all, the use of the people, because human intelligence is key.
In the past 1.5 years, a total of 15 brand new airplanes with different capabilities, weapon systems that are very modern, precision strike, ISR, all the capabilities that we really need to be able to carry out our operations contemporarily and optimally. These airplanes that are coming into the inventory came with them. So we had 4 Diamond 62 airplanes that are optimized for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. You know, that is very important for the kinds of operations that we're conducting now, talking about counterinsurgency, counter-terrorism, anti-banditry, anti-oil theft. We also had 6 T-129 attack helicopters from the Turkish aerospace industries. These are very dedicated attack helicopters, very formidable, also equipped with very modern systems, including precision attack and night capability.
Our efforts have been comprehensive, leveraging modern technology, intelligence gathering, and community policing. These strategies have not only increased our operational efficiency, but have also fostered stronger collaborations with local communities. We acknowledge the complexity of the challenges we face. We remain steadfast in our resolve to continue addressing them head-on to secure the future of our nation.
In the northeast and northwest, previously volatile areas are seeing a gradual shift from reactive deployments to proactive strikes. The Nigerian Army commanders say the troops now operate with real-time intelligence, coordinated air-to-ground missions, and better welfare incentives. In an agrarian part of Zamfara, Idris Lawal, a farmer, and many of his colleagues have returned to their lands.
We are grateful to God. In the past few months, people are now returning to their farms compared to the past. This is attributed to the improvement in security in Zamfara. Our prayers for the government is to fulfill the promise of securing the state.
In Borno State, over 70% of displaced persons in IDP camps have returned to their ancestral communities, according to figures from the National Emergency Management Agency.
All IDP camps, formal IDP camps within Metropolitan Council will be closed. So far so good, we have closed all, about 12 of them. Remaining 2 informal camps. This camp initially was an informal camp, but you have seen the population. The population has swung, has grown up, and then we have resettled about 75% of this community. The remaining 25%, inshallah, in the next few days, we shall resettle them. Because we will never eradicate insurgency without resettlement people. Because people will go back to their homes so that they will earn their means of livelihood by themselves.
Many of these positive developments are attributed to the new energy given to kinetic and non-kinetic military operations. The new thinking in ensuring society operates on an even keel appears to transcend the deployment of federal firepower. It includes empowering local vigilante groups, establishing state police trust funds, and engaging traditional rulers in intelligence gathering.
The internal military operations in our kingdom have been very cordial. I can tell you without hesitation that all the operations of military we've recorded in Omo have been so smooth and successful.
The military has been there to help our people in terms of security, protection of life and property. And they have always been there even when we have communal crisis, because there are a lot of communal issues here, especially emanating from land and other things.
In the southeast, where the sit-at-home order by the proscribed IPOB and Eastern Security Network ESN once crippled cities in Imo, Anambra and Enugu, the non-kinetic approach and joint security operations have significantly reduced attacks.
The sit-at-home in the southeast have really devastated the economy in the region, and that really gives concern to us and to the president, and we have clear order that we have to do all it takes to keep the East secured by the president, and that we have taken the challenge. And you see the security forces also, again, using the same synergy, working together, have been able to follow up on the IPOB members, those that have taken guns, and really neutralized a lot and arrested many more. And that have really brought the situation under control, and the security situation there has improved tremendously. And I also visited the region, and rejected the military to do more, and they have really successfully done. The Operation Odoka has been very, very successful, and we have seen to the neutralization of so many IPOB members that were carrying guns, and have secured markets and secured movements of people, and life is beginning to be normal in that region.
Civil resistance is also growing, with more residents rejecting IPOB's intimidation.
There's nothing like sit-at-home anymore in Anambra State. Civil service activities go on Mondays. Every Monday they come out. But, few people, because of that, they will stay at home. I don't think anybody enforces any sit-at-home anywhere in Anambra now.
2023, 2024, it wasn't easy for people to move about on Mondays due to the imposed sit-at-home. But towards the end of last year, schools were asked to resume on Mondays. And ever since then, this school has been in session on Mondays. So we no longer observe any sit-at-home.
In cities like Lagos and Abuja, the Nigerian police force says improved surveillance infrastructure has led to a 17% drop in urban crime within 1 year.
We dealt with a variety of internal threats, such as banditry, insurgency, kidnapping, and armed robbery, as well as external threats posed by groups like ISWAP and the Lakurawa terrorist group, primarily in the northwest region. The country also confronted other critical issues, including cultism, drug trafficking, arms trafficking, terrorism financing, money laundering, and cybercrimes. From Maiduguri to Makurdi, confidence is returning. Schools are reopening and markets have new life. Mosques and churches hold prayers in peace, although some of the prayers are about lasting peace. These victories may not be manifest in visible guns and uniforms. They are about the demeanor of the people. Students are returning to classrooms, farmers sowing again, families dining and not in hiding. As Nigeria reflects on nearly 2 years under President Tinubu's leadership, a new truth emerges. The gap between the real and the ideal is reducing. Reduced incidents of outlawry, restored lives and livelihoods. In spite of these promising reports, insurgency and brigandage are stubborn weeds that only the resilient can stamp out effectively.
Asymmetric warfare is a very, very difficult operation because it is unlike the conventional type where you can just go and carpet bomb a whole community and end it up. Here, because of the issues of human rights, not to impinge on the rights of civilians that are not part of them. So it is very difficult. It takes a lot of time, a lot of precision to be able to achieve that. But I can assure you that we're heading in the right direction and we'll continue to do more.
The Nigerian people must know that this is not a war of the military and the enemies. It's a war of Nigerians versus the enemies. So Nigerians must own this fight and support them seriously, and that is the only way we can be successful.
A recent resurgence of terrorists' attack in parts of Borno, destruction of lives and property in Ukum and Logo in Benue, Basa and Bokos in Plateau State are new sources of concern to be confronted with the same courage applied during past face-offs.
Actions are being taken to ensure that we address the series of attacks that is ongoing. We have seen recently the new theater commander has been brought in, other commanders to have been changed. A lot of equipments are even being brought in to the theater. Now what we realize is that if you look at the entire Sahel region, the pressure in Mali, Chad and Niger has put a lot of pressure in Nigeria, and that's why you see these recent attacks have occurred. But we are addressing that in clear terms, making it very serious that we are experienced personnel that have been here and have made that difference. Whatever is going on is just for a short while. Now, for this last 2 weeks, and we have addressed it so drastically that it's going to stop, and henceforth, there will be positive results from the theater. And not only this theater, as we speak, our troops are out there in Sambisa, in Timbuktu, doing operations as we go on, as we speak now.
Security, peace, and tranquility were taken for granted decades ago in many territories within the country. These phenomena have been elusive in some terrains in the past decades. However, the search for peace in these climes seems to be yielding results, as the boots to complete the process look determined in their renewed march towards success.